What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again in front of the whiteboard for the first time in a while. Finally got a chance to get around to the whiteboard. Finally don't have any interference. But today we have another BFR for Game 10, and I will say I apologize for the lack of videos during the last week. To be honest, I don't really have an excuse. I just kind of forgot. I thought about it like before the 5-6 day break happened, and I was like, I gotta make some videos of some sort that's kind of changes up the pace rather than BFR, and I just completely forgot. And that's not the plan for the rest of the year, to just do BFRs, especially when Thanksgiving comes around, when Christmas comes around. I want to get 2 more redrafts done, both in 2001 and 2002, since everyone is retired from those drafts. And among others as well, I want to do other videos. And I need to get a power rankings in by Thanksgiving, then another one by Christmas, just to look at the league, maybe do a video just around Christmas time. Maybe instead of doing a power rankings, maybe during Christmas, take a look at the just the standings and wait till about half the year to do the power rankings. We'll see. But looking at the standings right now, we'll go into Game 10 versus the Florida Panthers. I was supposed to be at this game, and I ended up not being able to go due to a conflict, with a conflict of scheduling. So 7 p.m. November 4th, I regret not being able to go. Hawks win 5-2. They go to 4-6. Hall returns from injury, and they put Zaitsev in as well, made his presence known. Reese Johnson and Phillips were out. For Florida, there was no Ekblad, Montour, or Bennett. They've been out since the start of the season. They should be coming back relatively soon in December for all of them. Shots were 40-24 Florida. It was not like that early. Hits were 19-18 Chicago. Faceoffs 29-23 Florida. Power plays, both teams go 1 for 3. Mrazek saves 38 out of 40, and Stolar saves 19 out of 23. Of course, a lot has happened in the league since the last BFR. I don't remember if the Pinto suspension happened since then. That was a 41-game suspension for essentially gambling. You had McAvoy get suspended. You had Pierre Dorian of the Ottawa Senators get fired. You've had the San Jose Sharks' existence. There's been a lot, but we'll get into that possibly once we look at the standings. Lines were scrambled for the Hawks. Guys were starting to wear neck protectors due to Adam Johnson incident. TJ Oshie started it, and Wyatt Kaiser was one of the Hawks doing it. He might have been the only one. I'm not sure. Mrazek saves 38 out of 40. Stolar saves 19 out of 23. I might have said that already, but moving on. In the first period, the Hawks get the jump early, 14-17. Florida penalty to Stenlund for interference. Kurashev to Foligno was saved, and Radish was absolutely robbed. Stolar's looked really good early. But then at 13:35 on the power play, it's a Chicago rebound goal. Nick Foligno, second of the season from Jones and Perry to make it 1-0. Donato to Entwistle was... I have horrible writing. Donato to Entwistle was denied. Jeez. Panthers don't have a shot yet. 12-11 Chicago penalty to Perry for roughing, which was killed, but I thought that was a stupid penalty because Stolar's kind of tripped him. Stolar's would get called for a tripping penalty later in the game. This should have been the one he got called tripping for. He kind of just tripped up Perry when he was trying to skate away on purpose. There was a worse trip, 11:50 Florida penalty to Verhaeghe for holding, which would be killed, so it's 4-on-4 for 139. Hawks get a power play for 21 seconds. The Hawks did a tribute video for Rocky Wirtz once again, and this time it was about his seat. Rocky Wirtz had a specific seat that he would sit in at every Hawks game in the on the 400 level, I believe it was, and his seat will be remained untouched forever in the United Center. They have it on display, and I think it's a really good move. It was iconic for that seat. He brought the franchise back. He sat with the fans, and that was, when an owner can do that, that's how you know you run a franchise right. 10:39 Chicago goal and Nikita Zaitsev, his first of the season, first game back in the lineup, and gets the first goal by a defenseman this season in Chicago. It's from Kurashev and Reichel. So Reichel, and finally after 10 games, finally gets 1 point. It's an assist. Kurashev, that'd be the start of his night. 2-0 Chicago. Stolar's fans on a chance, and at 7:21, it's a Chicago breakaway tap-in goal. Taylor Hall with his first of the season from Dickinson and Tyler Johnson makes it 3-0 Chicago. And Stolar's just fanned. He just simply fanned on it and should not have gone in. Rodriguez then was absolutely robbed. 5:55 Chicago penalty to Tenorti for interference. And I thought it should have been 4-on-4 because Barkov kind of cross-checked him, and that kind of led to the scrum. But, that's typical. So that'd be killed. We go to the second period where Kurashev is saved. Mrazek was making saves when he had to. And at 14:31, the lead gets extended. It's a Chicago snipe breakaway goal. Connor Bedard with his 5th of the season, 5 goals in 10 games for a rookie. He is on pace for 41 goals of the season, 7 points in 10 games. That's around a good amount of points this season. I'm not doing math right now. I've kind of just woken up. So Bedard gets on the board from Kurashev with his second assist, and Tenorti makes it 4-0. Hall to Johnson, 2-on-1 was saved, and the Hawks were in complete domination mode at this point. Every single time they went up the ice, it was 2-on-1, 3-on-2, odd man rushes, breakaways. It was getting I thought it was going to be like 5-6-0 by the end of the second. Hall wide, Tenorti pounds Stenlin, he gets shaken up. Florida begins to pressure. Bedard blocks an absolute heater, and he was limping back to the bench, but I couldn't believe he just withstand that and was able to skate after that. Reichel is just wide, 2-12. Florida penalty to Stolarz, which would be served by Cousins for tripping, and that should not have been a penalty. That's the one that should not have been a penalty. Third period, Barkov is denied, 14-53. Chicago penalty to Bedard for high sticking, and at whistle. This one's kind of his fault. He fanned on the clearing attempt, and Florida gets it in their zone, and at 13-27, jeez. It's a Florida deflection power play goal. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is credited with the goal as of when I wrote it down. His second of the season from Barkov and Verhaeghe. I'm not sure if Reinhart got a piece of that because they were discussing that, but we don't know, so it's 4-1. Reinhart levels at whistle, and Florida has controlled the third period. And at 7:31, they make the Hawks fans worry. It's a Florida stuff-in goal from Matthew Tkachuk, second of the season that's unassisted. And what's funny about that was his 500th point. So congratulations to Matthew Tkachuk, 500 points in the NHL. He'll be at 1,000 soon enough. That makes the game 4-2. Barkov has a wide-open net, and he hits the crossbar with his backhand. Kaiser literally does nothing and did not even fight back, but at 2:55, the ref still calls him for a penalty. Chicago and Florida get coincidental penalties, Kaiser for holding the stick and Lundell for cross-checking. I'm not even kidding when I say Kaiser did nothing. He just let Lundell do whatever, and he still got the penalty. I was in genuine disbelief of what I witnessed. But it's 4-on-4. Stolarz is pulled to make it 5-on-4 at 2:45. Tkachuk has a close call, and there's a horrible icing call in Chicago. Ekman-Larsson literally stopped skating, and even the announcing crew was like, what the heck was that? Great block by Donato and Radish that gets the puck down the ice, and at 9.1 seconds, it's a Chicago. Great move by Kurashev to get around some of the defenders. It's an empty net breakaway goal for Philip Kurashev to cap off his third point of the night, second goal of the season. It was listed as unassisted, but I think Donato's going to get one of the assists to make it 5-2. And there was a puck that slipped just wide of Mrazek previous to that. And so that would conclude the game. Game 11 is tonight. The Hawks play New Jersey at home tonight. So we'll see how they go against the Red Hot Devils. However, the Devils will be without Jack Hughes. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of things going on around the league, Pittsburgh beat San Jose 10-2 last night. And the previous night, Vancouver beat San Jose 10-1. First time since 1965 when the Boston Bruins got beat by Detroit 10-1 and the Blackhawks 10-2, or vice versa. I'm not sure which one, but that teams have allowed 10 goals in 2 back-to-back games. I've never seen it in my life. Clearly, my parents have never seen it in their lifetime, and this might be the worst team in NHL history. This San Jose Sharks team. 10-1 to start the season with 2 10-goal games already. We might be in for a historically bad season, and I think you can already give Celebrini or Yzerman, or whoever goes first overall at this point. I think San Jose should just get the waiver and just say, yeah, you can have them, because this is brutal. This is actually horrifyingly bad. Other things around the league. Somehow Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Ottawa are the 3 teams in the last in their division. Minnesota kind of fell off a cliff. Toronto with a big loss to Buffalo. Islanders collapsed last night. Rangers collapsed last night. Capitals with the big win. Flyers are starting to fall apart. Edmonton and Calgary still just in some crazy funk where they can't win games. Calgary, I have them in 6th, so I'm not surprised by that. Edmonton, however, what the heck is going on with them? And the Ducks are off to a good start. And yeah, Vegas still the only team undefeated in regulation, as Detroit did beat Boston in regulation last night. So that's going to be all I have for you guys in this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this BFR. And hopefully some more content will come soon. Once again, my apologies. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.